That came to Olympics a chance because I believe that game, if High did not play well or the Atram did not play well, they wouldn't have confidence in young players to bring more players. So against Kotoko was something that still I remember playing against Kwesi Owusu in the middle. Yes, old man, matured. I see Kwesi Owusu a long time, and that game I'm against him in the middle, young, and look at all the experience and. Trust me, I handled him perfectly. I had a very good game. Atram had a very good. Atram scored in that game. You know, and I gave him that assist. And me and Atram, we've been like that in our coach level. You know, those days you have matured players playing in the Premier League. But in our time, that's when you see young boys dominating teams. Because our time gave most of the teams confidence that they can believe in up-and-coming players, young players. But during that time, they would never believe in young player unless you've played third division, unless you've played second division, unless you've played first division before they will believe that you can play in the Premier League. So for me, seeing playing under crowd, it wasn't too difficult for me because I've experienced that when I was young, and it's still now part of me. I go to games that the stadium is empty. I don't feel, but when the stadium is full and the noise and everything brings the best out of me. My dream to come and retire at Hearts. You know, that was my dream, that before I finish my career, I have to come home and retire at home. I know most players that have played football to the highest level, Ghanaian players, they will not want to come back and play. But for me, that was my dream, to come and finish at home, and especially Hearts, because the club is close to my heart, and it would be very nice to finish well with the club that you love.
Asante Kotoko here at the Barbera Sports Stadium. This is how they made it their way to the locker room, cladded in the beautiful porcupine bars. There you have the players coming now. Everyone brimming with confidence, knowing that 3 points will kickstart something special for them as far as the second round is concerned. Almost a full house for Coach Karim Zito, and that is the dressing room of the Porcupine Warriors. They are here with a lot of confidence. You can see that Asante Kotoko know what 3 points will mean for them.
Well, they know what 3 points will mean for them. Berekum Chelsea also know what 3 points will mean for them. Where they are is bad. They are just commencing the second round. They know that, listen, if they push hard, they might get something. Kotoko knows that if they want to be among the elite, as we speak now, we have Mediama 34 points, Biani Gold Star 32. So they must be, as is 31. They must make sure that there's no wide gap between them and the ones that are leading the league log. If they want to win the league, they must make sure they get the 3 points to go to 33 points and be very tight. So they know how important, especially when they've lost to All Blacks by 2-1. They need to bounce back. They need to put their winning ways back on track to the smiling supporters.
Contrasting fortunes for both teams. Asante Kotoko actually fighting for the title. For Berekum Chelsea, they want to dig themselves out of the relegation zone. And guess what? There are two former Asante Kotoko players now in the ranks of Chelsea, in Augustine Japan and Samuel Tinedu, who left recently. But will be starting this game. The likes of Seydou Benjamin and Japan or in there for Samuel Buildup. He says that a lot of lessons have been learned from the first round, and it is just one aim for them, just to dig themselves out of the relegation zone. But managers are the venue, and we spoke to them. For Karim Zito, still the dream hasn't changed. It's about winning games and winning the title. And for Samuel Buildup, it's about moving further away from the relegation zone. Coach, good to have you here. It's the second round of the Ghana Premier League. First of all, what are some of the lessons that you've learned as a manager going into the second round?
A lot. The experience I had during the first round should be written down, because ever since I started coaching, I've never met such a situation before where you have more than 10 of your players injured and you are forced to win the league and you are forced to win games. It's not easy for me, but we've learned a lot.
All right. Now you are coming up against a familiar manager that you know, that is Samuel Buildup, Berekum Chelsea. How important would it be for Kotoko to get a win to start the second round?
Whether with Buildup or not, the game is very, very important to me because it's part of our objective to win the league. And you can't win the league without winning home matches. And even adding it to some of the away matches you are going to play. So seriously, we sat down and then went through our first round games, and we saw the 3 times draw we drew here deprived us of being the first. We should have been at the top. So the football has given us the second opportunity to make amendments. So we start by winning this game today.
How does it feel to have a couple of your players who are injured back?
It's very, very, very. I'm very happy about it. Also, it's very difficult. But another point is when you look at the bench now, you still have confidence in yourself that anybody who goes there can play.
Coach, wish you all the best. Coach, good to have you here. Match day 18 against Asante Kotoko. The first round wasn't that good for Berekum Chelsea. What do you hope to do in the second round to turn things around?
Yeah, thank you very much. As you said, it wasn't good for us. We didn't start well, but coming into this second round, I believe that good things will happen.
You signed a player from Asante Kotoko recently, Tinedu, and he's starting this game. What informed that decision?
Yeah, I know him very long time because when he was at Legon City, I chased him a lot, but before he came to Asante Kotoko, but today it's fortunate for us that we got him back. He's not in a good shape, but I believe that with the subsequent matches, he'll pick up from there.
Now, if you win this game, it's just 3 points, but how important would it be to start the second round with a massive win against Kotoko?
This is the first match of the second round, and then if possibly you can get a 3-1 points, it will lift us a bit so that we can continue with the subsequent matches.
Coach, wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Formerly of Hartlepool, Samuel Bodu, he is a Ghana Premier League winner and also has won the MTN FA Cup before. So it's a big one for him, knowing that if they get 3 points this afternoon, they move away from the relegation zone. So the two teams are up in arms and ready to do battle. As you've seen, Asante Kotoko's last 5 games in the Ghana Premier League, they've won 3 and lost 2. And the last defeat came against Swedro All Blacks, where Rudolph scored the winner for All Blacks there. So that is for Asante Kotoko. Let's see that of Berekum Chelsea. Also, they've won 2 out of the 5 matches they've played, but they've tasted 3 defeats there. Not good enough for them. Today, we have the likes of Mohamed Kamara, Samba O'Neill in the Musam Zata, Lord Hilary Adabo, Mofin Donzo, Hubeje, Patrick Asiedu, Seth Kojo, Adam Inusa, Lord Amwa, and Peter Akwa Amidu. These are the 11 men who will be doing battle for Kotoko. Strong lineup.
Well, that's a strong lineup. I mean, what is important for them is to make sure that they take the... That's how you become settled and now play your normal game. They need to make 15 minutes to try and get a goal. Because, like I said, better player,
yeah.
but they didn't have the eye to see the quality. Don't forget that Augustin Japonos was in Kotoko and he also left. But look, Lord Amwa, Patrick Asiedu, Hubeju was the one that scored against them in the first leg. Now Hubeju, Lord Amwa, and Patrick Asiedu are also playing against their former team, Berekum Chelsea. Last season they were started against Asante. So that's interesting. But Chelsea need, look, Mohamed Seydou, Benjamin Abedo, they need to make sure that they defend very tight, they defend very close. Prince Anani, the experienced player in the team, they must make sure that together with Kufuor Samoa, they must make the midfield compact. They must be tight and very tidy, or else Kotoko will expose them.
I'm relishing a battle on the pitch. Peter Akwamidu against Augustine Japan.
That'll be very interesting.
It looks like it's a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
One that we might enjoy.
Very interesting one. And so Augustine Japan likes surging forward, but because Amidu Akwa, he has to be careful. He has to be steady today. He has to close him down. His eyes must be on his movement because Peter Amidu Akwa can also cut infield and play well. So he needs to be tracking his runs very well and be alert because Amidu Akwa is unpredictable and he has tremendous space.
Well, we've done all the talking here. The players will do the talking on the pitch because they are ready in the tunnel and ready to come out and do battle. It's the Ghana Premier League on TV3 and on UR TV. So I hand you over to our team of commentators, Benjamin, Willie Graham, and Kelvin Osuas. I'll see you after the first 45 minutes.
Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to Kumasi, and this is match day 18 of the Ghana Premier League. Kumasi Asante Kotoko at home to Berekum Chelsea, and this is where history breathes through every stand of the Babara Sports Stadium. At 3:30 p.m. the sun hangs proudly above the Garden City, and match day 18 of the Premier League obviously brings us a context in rich history and rivalry as well as that of a big purpose there. Berekum Chelsea having had a very interesting play there against 11 Wonders with a win. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, on the other hand, had a very torrid time with Berekum All Blacks and Swedro, where the team had to come to a 2-1 defeat there. But the fans who have come to the stadium are looking for nothing but a big win there for the Porcupine Warriors. And here they come from the tunnel. It is going to be all smiles. It is going to be all business. It is the Babara Stadium that is hoping to breathe into something spectacular between the Red Army of Kumasi Asante Kotoko and that of Berekum Chelsea, who are walking gallantly onto the pitch there and waiting patiently for the grass to usher them into this all-important contest and a battle, certainly giving a redemption to those who have a chance of winning the Premier League title.
Well, there's a lot more at stake rather than just the title, and it's all about proving a point. Tom Obuodu, knowing that this is a terrain where he grew up and realizing his ambitions of getting into football management, has her sights of Asante Kotoko on his wish list to coach. There are several players who would want to make a point against Japan, and then other players in the other side in the dugout. There is Abdul Karim Zito, who's looking for the Ghana Premier League title. It is something that he seeks to win after clinching a number of FA Cup glories.
Yeah, Berekum Chelsea were here to challenge the giant Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They are carrying the spirit of the Bono region with them into this particular Lions Den, you want to call that. The fans have been coming here, maybe very not much in the zone that you expect them to be, but they certainly are looking forward to supporting their setup. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, for them to have a win there. The referees are already ready for us today for this game. Kotoko ringing in 3 changes after their defeat to All Blacks. Their left back Francis Akwa is out for Patrick Asiedu. Centre back Zakaria Fuseni is also sitting out for Hamzata Musa. They maintain the same midfield that played against All Blacks there. But up front, Philip Amo out for Inusa Adam.
Well, not quite a surprising lineup. Patrick Asiedu, brilliant. He got a red card against Kim Faisal during the midweek, but he's one of the trusted men in the air. Yes, the backline seems very much intact. Inusa to bring much more energy on the flanks, and then Seth Kwajo Jau expected to be the most creative force to help Marfin Donzo to score.
Coach Karim Zito has seen Kotoko in so many years. Some 15, 20 years back, he was in the saddle for Kotoko. And now he's back again, and 2 captains on the side there. Berekum Chelsea have Prince Anani and that of Samba O'Neill, making sure that they work things out with referee Mauli George Vomaha, who will be assisted by Ali Tumwapa, and assistant referee too is Bidiama Hassan Alilu. And these are the officials for today's game. Very exciting day there in the office for Berekum Chelsea, who themselves have 3 former players of Kumasi Asante Kotoko on the side. Eric Ofori, the goalkeeper. Augustine Japan, formerly of Kotoko, and now Samuel Tinedu, just about some weeks ago, was with the Porcupine Warriors, has moved down to Berekum Chelsea, and he is here to see how Chelsea will be able to change things there in today's game.
It's quite an interesting lineup from Samuel Bodo. Augustine Japan knows this field very well. Eriko Forenchi couldn't have, much glory with Kotoko, but he's one of the experienced shotstoppers you can have in the local league. Tinedu and Augustine Henderson seems to be a very formidable central midfield pair. How to break that one down will depend on how Kotoko will be efficient. And up front, Fighters Chaibu with the strength. We'll be looking forward to just getting things down with Marvin Owusu.
2 coaches really much experienced in the Ghana League. Asante Kotoko's coach, Karim Zito, and Samuel Bodo, formerly Hearts of Oak, really won a lot of caps there with the Phobians until he decided to part ways with the Phobians and moving back into Berekum Chelsea. Talks about changes they made. Tinedu in for Kwesi Soroto, and they're also having Frimpong Dominic also out for Seydou Abubakar in today's game. So basically telling you that they also are looking forward to a win now to solidify their chance on the Premier League door. Berekum Chelsea, they had to pick up a win against 11 Wonders, who themselves have picked up a 2-0 win against Basake Oli Stars last Friday, and so now 2 teams are coming out to see exactly what they'll be able to put on the table there, with the Porcupine Warriors also posting a 1-0 win against Ken Fires on the FA Cup. This is obviously going to be that bit of smiles there, but the one particular story about these 2 things is that you do have former players of both sides working as assistant coach or team managers there. Berekum Chelsea have Obedo Usu, formerly of Kotoko, and Samuel Bodo also has an assistant coach there, who once upon a time did play for Kotoko as well, Emmanuel Nkrumah. Here we go, all is set now for match week 18 of the Premier League at the Papayara Stadium. Kotoko in all red outfit there with Chelsea in their yellow and blue, certainly getting us into this game. And Berekum Chelsea, who have been one of the difficult sides for Kotoko sometimes back in the Premier League, obviously looking forward to start in a very great fashion there. Marfin Donso scored a goal for Kotoko against All Blacks, and expecting to see the likes of Inusa Adam on the left flank there, trying to whip one into the box. He's got some very skills on the left foot there. Inusa Adam was one of the tormentor-in-chiefs there against Midiama at this particular venue, when they drew 2-2 with Midiama SC. Kotoko with the long ball back to the far post there. It's been poorly headed down by Benjamin Abedu, and conceding a throw there, Berekum Chelsea.
The intent of Kotoko very clear. It was quite unfortunate how Gessene Japan lost control of that ball and gave it away to Inisa. These are the moments Kotoko will be looking for the scraps, so the various attacking players can capitalize on it.
Lord Amo with a long throw into the box now. It's been left down for Eric Ofori to deal with it. Now they want to start with a wave of attacks there. Kotoko very early in the game. Just about under 2 minutes of the game. They've already seen some interesting displays. Eric Oforian chooses a long ball. It means to have a Kotoko. Samba drops it down. Hamzata is also one of the young centre backs for Kotoko. Speaking to Karim Zito, he talks about having faith in the young players as well and giving the players the opportunity to come good into the game.
He's always trusted the youth, but he does so by mixing it up with experience. And that is what has gotten him the success for the last 3 years. And he hopes that Asante Kotoko this season, the same mood will help him to win the league.
Adam Inusa pushed down and so getting a free kick here. And that's the Marvin Owusu with that push on Adam Inusa. Yes, Asante Kotoko with 30 points from 17 matches, and they remain firmly in the title race as well with 8 wins, 6 draws and just 3 defeats. They boast one of the league's strongest defensive records, conceding only 11 goals this season.
Clearly they've had, an unlikely partnership for most of their games, but it's very impressive to see them still having that solidity at the back. The only team that beats them to it, it's Folk. I think it's impressive when you have a number of changes to your central defensive pair almost every now and then.
Very interesting to have that. Kotoko also do have Hubert Jewu and Patrick Asidu, all former players of Berekum Chelsea. In the starting lineup there for the Porcupine Warriors. And they win a free kick here. And that's going to be a father on Lord Adabo.
That was quite a bad tackle there, hitting right onto his shin. It's a very strong tackle from Augustin Hene.
I'll tell you what, Karim Zito has made it clear there's little room for some bit of errors in the game there, and of course, Samuel Bodu's looking forward to having his team play a very compact football, going with a 4-2-4 formation, obviously telling you that he wants to get a lot of men forward and get the balls into a very good place where they can get the goals there. But it depends on how the midfield of Berekum Chelsea are able to hold their own against Kotoko's attacking play there. Samba O'Neill with a long drive here, just carrying that one away. But that is an opportunity. Kotoko just wasting it.
It was always rising. The intent was clear. He wanted to go with power. There was enough pace. But direction was just absent there. The intuition of the captain, I think it was wasted. There were a number of players inside the penalty area. I would have thought would have dinged the ball for a little bit of a scuffle inside the penalty area.
Well, said Kojo committing the foul there, gets some bit of harsh words there from the referee, Maoli Vomaha. Berekum Chelsea themselves are not sitting pretty good on the Premier League, Lord. They're 17 points, well, 18 points and sitting 17th from 17 matches played. And coming off an interesting play, the defensive issues they've had in the Premier League. They've not really been good away from home. They've conceded in each of their last 10 road games with just 5 wins all season and 21 goals conceded, Berekum Chelsea.
A very porous side. That is unlike the Samuel Boadu team. We expect him to have a very good defensive setup, but the team has been struggling.
Abedu. I was trying to move for Shaibu. Looking back to Abedu again for Chelsea. Trying to construct something deep into the box of Asante Kotoko. Samba O'Neill now feels his way trip from behind, and we're not really happy with the call there from referee Vomaha. We're expecting to see how the expensive and most experienced player Samba O'Neill able to hold his own against Dominic Frimpong, who himself is also replacing Seydou Abubakar.
There's a player who likes to pin defenders back to the wall. He's very strong and athletic. But Samba knew exactly the player he was facing had to just quickly play the intelligent card. Both teams are struggling and haven't settled so far. It's been poor control from each other.
Again, there's going to be another foul there from Musa Hamzata. And this is Dominic Frimpong who's been brought down. Again, it's overly physical in this game there between the two teams. Hamzata's a tackle there.
Oh, he's lucky to escape a yellow card. That was clearly a stamp with the foot of Frimpong. And I'm not sure he's anything that will keep him off the pitch. But teams are struggling to settle, and you can see Samuel Bodu who wants a lot more from Samuel Tinudu.
And before the game, Kamzitu has said that they don't have a second chance. So whatever they've learned at training, they have to apply that here at the Barbera Stadium. The likes of Abedu just behind the ball, dinked deep into the box, and it's been repelled by Samba O'Neill. Kotoko looking to break here, and there they have to get opportunity to move forward. Hubert Jehu looking to move, and it's been dragged from behind. I tell you what, it's going to be the first yellow card of the afternoon, and very, very interesting play there from Mohamed Seydou. He's been booked, the first player to have his name taken, and that's the foul there on Hubert Jehu. Just couldn't get the ball, he just went straight into the player.
That was clearly a Senegal tackle there. He decided to go into his man, no intent to get the ball. Seydou Mohamed knew that out of position, he only had to have the tactical foul.
Just 8 minutes already gone, and Mohamed Seydou has had his name taken. It's going to be a free kick here, and has been taken. And Kotoko are looking forward to deal with the situation. Again, Spain dinked to the far post. Now it's going to be Samba O'Neill to attack the ball. And couldn't quite get to it. And now Berekum Chelsea want to break. Lovely play there to Frimpong. Looking for some bit of space, dragging the ball deep into the right hand side and chasing it. It's Berekum Chelsea. They have a Wusu. Just going straight into Lord Amoa. And quickly been taken. And Chelsea not really wasting much time there. They have to quickly attack the Porcupine Warriors and see if they can get a first goal here, not to get surprised there. But the centre back, Mohamed Seydou, on a yellow card, really going to be a tricky one for him in terms of his tackling. Ball sent to the far post now to goalkeeper for re-entry.
He's going to walk a tightrope for the rest of the game. Seydou, especially when you're facing the likes of Inusa, Hubert Jehu, and then Peter Amidu, were very smart and quick.
Good play now. Chelsea in a very good position. Owusu dragging the ball straight into waiting arms of goalkeeper Kamara. Some of the criticisms have come to Kamara, really, in terms of how many goals he's been conceding for Kotoko. Did concede against Basakolu Stars and Ahoy United, where the fans were really not happy at all with him in terms of the free kick, which led to the goal. Zito says he actually admitted his fault in those two goals he conceded. Tells you his responsibility is to make sure he gets a clean sheet there for the Porcupine Warriors. Didn't really get that against Swejo All Blacks. The expectation is that he'll be able to get the one today for the Porcupine Warriors once again. So it's Kojo. Inusa on the left trying to get a reverse pass. Samba O'Neill invited here. Cross-foot ball, but again it's been repelled by Berekum Chelsea. Here comes Owusu. Again, it's not really been a fluid play there by the two sides. Asiedu. Again, you're seeing the performance and you're seeing the balls being constructed by the two teams, and hasn't really yielded any great opportunity for both sides, and so still goalless between Kotoko and Chelsea.
I think that both teams are trying to pick up on the loose ends of each other. Kotoko taking their time, not committing so much up front. Chelsea not also in a rush. Samuel Boadu making it clear to his players they need to just take their time in their build-up. Probably they should be trying to get a lot more into the final third and be working the goalkeepers. They've virtually been on a holiday in the opening minutes so far.
Much of a quiet day in the office for re-entry. Once upon a time was a poster boy there for Kotoko in the Premier League. And really has to move on to Adriana Stars. And now back to Chelsea.
Early days yet for him, but he's one of the experienced goalkeepers you can have. Played for Hartlepool, played for Media Messi. He's well travelled in the domestic league.
He has on offside there, Morfin Donsu really wants to get a goal there. He's come under some serious criticism there, Morfin Donsu, regard his play for Kotoko in terms of the expectation, the weight of expectation on him to get goals there for the Porcupine Warriors. That hasn't really yielded to the expectation of the fans, but he wants to repay them with the confidence Coach Zito has had in him and scored a couple of goals there for them. A double. Trying to switch play down the right hand side to pick up Adam Inuzo again. Kotoko really struggling to hold the midfield there with Berekum Chelsea.
Lots of unforced errors in the games. The players just given the ball away in a rush to get the ball to the wide areas and intend either overhitting it or just playing it straight into the opponent. It's actually affected the fluidity, the flow of the game for both teams.
Well, Kotoko conceding 11 goals, which makes them fit best defensive side after Hearts with 7, Medium Adriana Stars and Samatex all with 10. 24 goals have scored the Porcupine Warriors. And now they give the ball away, and Dominic Frimpong here dragging the ball down to the left hand side, expecting some bit of balls in the box, and has been repelled there by Samba O'Neill. Again, Kotoko just giving some 40 passes just right in front of their own 18-yard box. Adam Inusa here. Seth Kojo. Lord Armour. Trying to get the ball back to Samba O'Neill. Again, expect to see a lot of work there from the Porcupine Warriors. Sometimes when they move up front, you have 3-back system. Having to push almost all the players there. A lot of space in the midfield. The ring there clearly shows that they are not utilizing those spaces there. Kotoko have to go wide, and expect to see the likes of Morfin Donju going in there. And it gets to the trip there. It's going to be a decision made by the match official. He gives it a free kick there.
And that was a trip there from Edwin Kufwa Samoa. It might be on his blind side. It wasn't intentional. And as a player, you're always responsible for as how far your foot will travel. Morfin Dozo taking advantage of that. There was a ball he could have latched onto. Look at that clean pass, both with their eyes on the ball. But unfortunately, Kofo bringing down Morfin Dozo. Good position. And this is a place where Lord Amor, Patrick Asiedu will fancy going direct on target.
A good position there for Kotoko to find a way to see if they can get the opening goal. And now it's going to be an opportunity for a left-footed drive. Just side net it was. Well, that's Seth Kojo with that huge blast there. Patrick Asiedu coming in with that, and well, that was a very, very great opportunity for the Porcupine Warriors to get the goal here. Powerfully was taken, but again, it was the other side.
Intelligent play there from the two fullbacks. Lord Amos setting up Patrick Asiedu. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't find the target.
And again, Shaibu feels this was actually intentionally fouled there, and so the referee is going to have a very tough words there with Samuel Buedu, who's not really happy at all.
You clearly see he's unhappy with the stamp there. High foot from Musa Hamzata. When Hamzata went in there, he was thinking that should have been a yellow card.
Ball taken. Again, Kotoko trying to quell that one. Quickly comes back to Mohamed Saidu. Abeidu. Chelsea. Switching played out to the right hand side. Obviously going to be a lot of work there for the Berekum Chelsea lads who are trying as much as possible to ensure that they get themselves back into the game. Their foul has been given. Goes against Faisal Shaibu.
He was late to that ball. Got a double with a very poor first touch. But once he took the second, Shaibu just bundled into him.
Hamsata. Morfin Donsu. Now Ibejo. 4 years ago, referee Maoli Vomao was exonerated by his performance in Ghana Premier League match between Berekum, Chelsea and Wafa. In that particular match review panel, some referees were actually punished for their performances. There's expectation is on this referee to come out and give something very spectacular there in the Premier League this season. Referee Vomao.
Well, he's one of the names that handles lots of matches. He's very firm. They hardly have any worries about him handling a game. Very few complaints come about him with regards to what he delivers on the pitch. He's expected to deliver in a game that brings lots of emotions. Intensity will be high, though it hasn't really been the best from the start.
Messieri once again given a chance to deal with this set piece, and now drops it down for Lord Armour. We have about 3 players of Kotoko just behind the ball there and trying to find a way to get themselves into a very good place to score here. And now it's going to be Samba. Once again, he just hit the ball wide. Twice he's gone very close and twice he's got those opportunities away, and set pieces are really coming good in Kotoko's way. They haven't really taken advantage of that.
It's quite surprising he wants to hit the target from that distance. It is achievable, but I think he can be doing better. Lots of power behind the ball. But accuracy and precision is quite needed for you to be a goalkeeper like Oforienchi.
Kotoko have been raking in some point there and trying to have some attacking waves into the half of Berekum Chelsea, but that hasn't really quite worked for them. I've seen plenty of the balls maybe in the half of the Berekum Chelsea side, and sometimes the matches between the two sides really have not yielded to a lot of goal scoring opportunities, and sometimes too, even though it does come, even if there are goal scoring moments in the game, it's just a very slender one. Talk about a 2-1 win, a 3-2 win between Kotoko and Chelsea. Yet again another foul. Too many fouls there by Chelsea, and this one was Dominic Frimpong. Nudge there on Asante Kotoko's Lord Armour. Another best of control there from Seth Kojo. That's going to be a very poorly timed tackle there by Berekum Chelsea.
And that was a bit nasty there from Marvin Owusu.
Adaminusa trying to cut him on the left hand side. Lord Armour trying to charge in there, draft the ball back again, looking for some bit of support. Hamzata. Now Kotoko keeping possession, just right in front of the Berekum Chelsea 18-yard box. Samba O'Neill here. Still goalless between the two sides there. Very difficult moment. We've seen players move from Kotoko to Chelsea and vice versa. And Peter Amiduakwa now gets back into his groove. Amiduakwa turns well, looking to bring the ball into the box, and he's been pretty much quiet this afternoon, Peter Amiduakwa.
While he was initially on the right-hand side of Kotoko's attack, he's just switched places with Inusa to his most favorite part of the field, and I'm sure he's going to pick up the supplies and start tormenting the Berekum Chelsea team. Clearly the first time he was off with the ball, he just tried to create a goal scoring opportunity there. Very good gather there from Kofo Asamoah.
And while ago was the former captain of Berekum Chelsea, Hussein Zakaria, currently with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. On the bench now. Just talking about the fact that the two teams have had players changing their destinations and playing for each other as and when the opportunity comes. Once upon a time there was Stephen Amakuna. He left Kotoko, eventually became the goal king in the Premier League, and Chelsea looking to find some bit of a spaces at the blind side of Kotoko's back line. Owusu. And here comes Tinedu. Chelsea now in control here. Want to hit the ball into the box. He's been defended there by Hamzata. Berekum Chelsea now beginning to have some bit of spaces behind the back line of Kotoko and beginning to also sweeping the balls into the box. Another long ball into the right hand side again. Off it goes for Kotoko through.
So very fine play there. Quick pass in between the two players. Marvin Owusu was waiting for the final ball. He just played right into the feet of Hamzata, who cleared it. The intent is very clear to calmly build play, and it hasn't really materialized for both teams. Lots of fouls in there, you can understand. Allow a team to gain possession and be comfortable on the ball at your own peril. Once again, Samuel Tinedu, Gaston Hene, very strong with their tackles.
Double. Again, that's a well hit there by Lord Double. I expect to see those rounds on the flanks there, Kotoko, but haven't really been able to do that. And again, Said Mohammed, the man on the Berekum Chelsea, has been one of the most consistent players for Berekum Chelsea this season. Having played 30 matches, has scored 2 goals, has assisted in 4 of the goals they've scored. 3 MVP awards there, and he's got yellow cards. And that's going to be the 4th yellow card he's picked up. Chelsea. Ball sent into the right hand side once again. Owusu for Augustin Ejepong, former Kotoko player. Into the box there. Augustin Ejepong, and again it goes wide there. Referee just called that to be a corner kick.
Oh, the assistant referee was close to the action. Japan wanted to quickly go past Peter Amidou, and Patrick Asiedu. It looks like that final touch came off Patrick Asiedu.
There's a corner kick advantage now for Berekum Chelsea. Now they want to find themselves in a very advantageous position to get a goal. Taking short here, the corner kick. It's been sent down to the captain, who trying to hit one into the box. Again, it's been blocked. Now springs on his effort. Chelsea now having the opportunity to attack Asante Kotoko. And there's the man, Saidu Mohammed, who was born in Wenchi, but actually grew up in Kumasi, played for Ebony FC and Asokwa Deportivo before moving to Berekum Chelsea 2 seasons ago. This season he's played 17 matches. And just had 1 assist there. Well, we have a cooling break now, and your decision in the last couple of minutes played Asante Kotoko, Berekum Chelsea, and how many of the chances have come and gone, and both teams not able to take advantage?
Well, very few clear-cut chances for both teams. They've had to rely on set pieces in trying to test the goalkeepers. But in all the set pieces they've delivered, it hasn't really troubled the defense and the goalkeeper match. That is a bit unimpressive.
Well, Chrissy Apia, a former Sudanese coach, once upon a time coach for the Black Stars. He was at the AFCON with Sudan after the exit. He's back home. He's a technical director for Asante Kotoko, and now here to support his team. And former CEO of Asante Kotoko, and Emmanuel Dasuberi currently with the CAF team, inspecting some facilities in Ghana. Well, there's been a talk, a report that Ghana really want to have opportunity of hosting the CAF Under-20 AFCON. And reason there's going to be that moment for some bit of auditing and inspection into some of the facilities in Ghana to see the country is ready to host this CAF event.
Will be quite interesting to see. It's a lot more from this team. Samuel Boadu needs to be quickly get on his men in attacking the Kotoko defense. Need to start creating. They need to start troubling Kotoko's defense. They haven't really been in a good shape this afternoon. A lot more will be expected. And then, as you can see, the fans haven't really been enjoying what they've seen so far. It's been a lethargic approach from the two teams. Little intensity, a little for them to cheer about. You can see from Kamara, there should be lots of fluidity in the game, lots of energy. Intensity seems to be low. I'm not sure they themselves will feel this energy. The sun is quite high though, but I expect them to be at their very best.
We start here at the Bamera Stadium match, week 18 of the Premier League. Kotoko Berekum Chelsea. Hubert Joe and Peter Miruaka have all scored for in open play goals this season, while Morfin Donsu has forward 1 penalty goal, and Kwame Poku 3 goals, and Kwame Poku is now on the bench. Hasn't really been able to get back into his old form before he picked up the injury. Kwame Poku. Samba O'Neill and Lord Amwa, our defenders have 4 goals among themselves in the league. Morfin Donsu looking to pick up Peter Midwapa. Well, linking up play, and Gasly Japan cleverly comes in to rescue Berekum Chelsea, and we do have another opportunity there for the Bono team, and the offside flag has already gone up against Marvin Owusu. He knew himself that he was offside, and so delayed his movement a little bit.
Clearly there was a very good hit there, but Marvin delayed. He went down in the earlier build-up, couldn't get back into position. He knew clearly this was just too many miles away from the last man of Kotoko. These are the elements in the game that tells Kotoko spaces in the defense that Chelsea can capitalize on.
Here comes Kamara coming into a part of Kotoko, and we do have Samba on there trying to surge his team forward and begin to start the attacking wave once again, drifting the ball down to the left hand side. A crossfield pass, beautifully done there, and Peter Midwaka dropping it down, and again Siedu just wasn't able to get a target right. Midwaka always trying to wriggle his way into the box. Midwaka, and Siedu is well known in Berekum, especially with Berekum Chelsea, and so yeah, I'm not going to really give him an opportunity to have his say or have his way in the game. And he wins a free kick there for the Porcupine Warriors this time.
Well, that was quite tactical there from Samuel Tinley. He knows the quality of Patrick Asiedu. If you allow him get closer to the penalty area to whip in that cross just a couple of months ago, he was training with him, just bringing him down quite far away, but an opportunity for Kotoko to test before re-entry.
Asiedu is ball into the far side again. Kotoko just not able to get things right, especially when they get a set pieces. Ball sent into the box. Morfin Donsu just couldn't quite get to it. Two players clutching on each other. And referee had to stop play. Half an hour gone already here at the Barbara Stadium. Still Kotoko nil, Chelsea nil.
That delivery was hanging, and look at that. Hamza Taw going in with an elbow. It was quite poor challenge, and obviously a yellow card going to him. It was earlier pardon for the stamp on Dominic Frimpong. I think it was needless. Quite a very silly yellow card to take.
Hamzata on a yellow card. 2 centre backs already been booked. Berekum Chelsea's Mohamed Seydou and now Musa Hamzata, the young centre back for Asante Kotoko, on a yellow card now, also walking on the tightrope.
I think he started this time with Kotoko so well, especially before the start of the season, scoring the only goal, the champion of champions victory over Gold Stars at the Dance Park in BBNE.
Well, the rivals Hatzefolk picked up a solitary win against All United. It was a very well advertised game at the Hawaii Stadium. Kotoko would obviously want to see themselves coming up, and so having a lot of possession, 64% to 36. They've been cleverly dominating the game here, but haven't really been able to take advantage of some of the set pieces they've had. And Hamzata is being tracked back by Dominic Frimpong, a player he once upon a time fouled.
You clearly see his displeasure now. He was pulled back. He wanted support, very little support for him. He just had to withdraw and try find solace in his goalkeeper, Kamara.
Kuju. And now Kotoko having the opportunity to move forward here, and Adam Inusa hasn't influenced the game, has he? But Kotoko now have the ball just right in front of the 18-yard box, being pulled back. Morfin Donso drops it down to Amidu Wakwa, trying to find space here. Jehu has got a knack for a long drive. Switching play down the right-hand side. Yeah, they try to send it across into the box. Has been cleverly dealt with by Abedu. And again, it's Asante Kotoko's bench a bit worried because they haven't really seen the game plan working. Meantime, Kotoko, another ball into the far post here. Amidu Akwa looking to attack that one, goes off the line.
Another poor delivery coming in there from Hilaria Dabo. That has always been his problem after his distracted duties. It becomes difficult for him to make very good use of the ball. That was typically one of the few times you would expect something brilliant from him.
Well, again, it's in the other match being played, and it's half time with Mediama SC leading Young Apostles by 2-0 at half time. Now moving the point build up to 37, and Mediama do have an opportunity of winning the Premier League title. In fact, they are looking forward to winning that. And Asante Kotoko and Chelsea's goalless here, Hartlepool winning just yesterday, and so clearly keeps them up on the Premier League log and on sitting fourth on the Premier League log, Hartlepool. Asiedu just couldn't find his way away from the Chelsea midfield. Marvin Owusu. Switching play moves down to the left hand side. Joe looking to win the ball away from Marvin, and that was not successful. And Chelsea again have Anane dragging the ball back again. Beidou finds space down to Hene. And as he charges forward here, there's going to be Kamara and Hamzata. Clearly coming in with the last touch on the ball there for Kamara to deal with it. And so it's still Chelsea. Haven't really gotten themselves into the game, but on a few occasions that we've had a chance into the half of Asante Kotoko, they've shown the knack to do something.
That was quite intelligent play there from Hene, trying to find Dominic. But that was very good read of the game there by Mr. Hamzata, making that block. It was timely.
Joe has been pushed off the ball now. Chelsea have a chance to move forward. You have Dominic being given a chance here with a shot here, and just sweeping across the face of goal. Dominic Frimpong with a chance. Joe again, a bit lethargic with possession, and he was shoved at the ball. Chelsea do have a player trying to go down again. That was a chance there given by Faisal Shaibu to Dominic Frimpong, and again feebly he shot, and just not the best of a hit there for Dominic Frimpong.
From that position, you'd be expecting the striker to hit the target, work the goalkeeper at least. That effort off target was quite unimpressive from Dominic Frimpong. Very few opportunities have come as close and clear as this. Arguably, the best chance of the game so far was quite wasteful from him.
Okay, it's got, of course, midfield, not able to deal with the wide play there of Berekum, Chelsea. Peter Amiduakwa have Japan to deal with it. Amiduakwa looking for that space to shoot. And again, Kotoko, not the best of control from Jehu. Twice he's giving the ball away. And Chelsea beginning to settle and get themselves in very good position. Get again another good ball down to Marvin Owusu. And he's in a very good place now, hitting the ball wide. And it's going to be the captain, Anani, to recycle the ball back into the box. And Kotoko now have to defend their lines. Anani with a long ball into the box. Now Marvin in the box. And Kamara this time will have to collect it.
That was quite a very decent delivery there coming in. Also very quick delivery. You see Patrick Asiadu nearly delayed with it. Marvin Owusu couldn't find the right touch and control to keep it down. Another chance going up again there for poor decision making in the penalty area.
Adam Inusa again couldn't kill the ball to the back post. And that has been the situation here at the Barbara Stadium, Kotoko and Berekum Chelsea. Both teams have not really come into the party as yet. It's just sitting there behind the gate and looking for some
Was clearly that stretch of Nam there for Marvin Owusu.
life feels heavy. But then hope arrives. Star 446 hash saves you in the Dewa Chop Money draw at 10 a.m.
Congratulations!
Give your dream a chance. Even better, like life, Dewa 539 gives another chance for those who missed their morning Chop Money draw to get lucky in the daily Dewa Rush Hour draw at 1:30 p.m.
Play every day.
And you may draw no social life. Dial star 446 ash. Nika Dewa 539. Direct Lotto no. Let this 7 o'clock and you may be
24 hours. 3 daily draws at 10 a.m., 1:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Dewa 539 is designed to save you in the moments that matter most. Play every day, win every day. Dewa Apa.
Ever since the label changed over to platinum, the game's been a pack.
I think Berekum Chelsea had the better chance of the two, with that falling to Dominic Frimpong. His assistant coach says that he could have done better on that occasion.
Well, for a team that is struggling and you are the relegation zone, you have such an opportunity at Barbara Sports Stadium against Kotoko, a difficult side. Those are rare moments, so you make it count. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it count. And that was a beautiful pass from Faisal Shaibu to him. You expect that he should be burying, at least he should be hitting target. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And it has been a problem for most of our teams in this league so far.
But Asante Kotoko have had the lion's share of possession and creating some decent half chances, most of them flying over the crossbar. What is really lacking in the first half for Kotoko?
Well, first of all, their build-up is poor. They are not constructing passes very well. They are losing 50-50 ball because you realize that Tinedu, Hennessy, and Asamoah Kufo, have been doing very well in the midfield and stretching their passes to wide areas. So that's why you realize that Prince Anani, on the second occasion, Prince Anani passed to Marvin Owusu, even though Marvin Owusu did not get it well. So what Chelsea have done very well is to have midfielders who are pushing, who are quicker. Kotoko is a bit slow to the second balls. We're losing the second balls and are struggling to build up. Their build-up is not coordinated very well. So the team lack dynamism and intensity in what we all used to see. I don't know why today the Kotoko build-up have been very sluggish and poor, and it's affecting the flow of the game. And also they are not creating enough chances. The few chances you've had, the 2 free kicks that were rising by Samba O'Neill, and then you had opportunity where, apart from the Inusa Adams pass to Hubert Jehu, really, Kotoko have not created clear-cut chances in the first 45 minutes.
Well, I was in the stands monitoring proceedings from there, and the Kotoko fans are saying that Tinedu is playing as if he has a point to prove. Indeed, he has something to prove.
Well, he has a point to prove. Listen, he's had opportunity as Asante Kotoko. He's not been given the needed time to play because of whatever reason. So now that he has opportunity to be in Berekum Chelsea, he needs to make the Kotoko fans and the world know that indeed he was a quality player. Kotoko would have spent a lot of money on him if he was not a quality player. So he needs to start proving that from today. And that's exactly what they've done. First 45 minutes, he was good.
Of course, and these are some of the chances that were created by both teams there. Berekum Chelsea having half chances, but Dominic Frimpong had the clearest of opportunities to put them ahead, but he failed that. I
think this what Hamzata did very well.
Yeah,
because
by getting the foot in there.
He didn't get the foot there. You don't know what would have happened. Yes, that foot helped Kamara grab the ball.
It looks like the partnership going forward will be Hamzata and Samba O'Neill. That is what Zito is settling on.
Well, it looks, but when the two play, there is stability, there is order.
This was the opportunity we were talking about.
Yes,
Dominic Frimpong.
Yes.
I mean, it looked like he just needed to guide this ball into the far post rather than it was a scarf shot.
Get the ball on target. That's my problem. Get it on target. You don't know what happened. Get the ball on target, but that's absolute wayward. I mean, you are playing the Premier League, playing for Berekum Chelsea. You have an opportunity against Kotoko. You will not have many opportunities like this. You make it count. Hit the ball on target.
Okay, now Kotoko have done too much wrong. What needs to change for them, especially going into the second half?
Urgency. They need to be urgency. There should be urgency in their play. They should rhythmic. They should make sure they stretch the ball to wide areas. Inusa Adams, Peter Midwakwa. They need a supply always. When ball go to the wide players, for Peter Midwakwa, he normally right to cut infield. He make it difficult for the defenders to be able to close him down. He's quick. Let the supply be getting to them. When the supply get to them, they will by all means get a goal.
I would have bet my last coins on Hubert Jehu scoring this because, I mean, if he wants a clinical midfielder, he's the one you can settle on. But on this occasion, he blasted it onto the crossbar.
He rushed too much because he was too hesitant to hit it into the net. Instead of just, he had the time, the space to get it done. But unfortunately, he hit it against the bar. Unfortunately, but like you said, you are rightly so. He's one of the people that can get Kotoko into the league because his ability to convert set chances is always very high.
Now, getting the point against Kotoko would not be bad here at the Barbara Sports Stadium, but it looks like Samuel Bodu would want to push for the winner, knowing that Kotoko are not invincible because they seem to be a little fragile at the back.
They've had 3 home draws here, so what is invincible about them? It means that they can also end the draw, but they need to work for it because Kotoko need a 3-point battle. Zito, after losing to Oblast, cannot come and draw here. He knows that the supporters will not forgive him. And also, when that happens, Midiama is leading. They'll move to 37 points, whatever happens. Kotoko need to be closing down. They need to win this game to get to 33. And Topolas were at the third place so that the gap will not be too widened.
Peter Akwamidu, he's not really been in the game in the first 45 minutes. He's one of the most dangerous players or the biggest threat that Kotoko have, especially up front. Do you think that it's about time the likes of Hilary Adabu try to locate him whenever they have the opportunity?
Yeah, unfortunately, he has not had a lot of supply. He had only 2. The 2 he flopped. But for me, he is the most dangerous player in Kotoko up. When he's playing well, he's creating the chances the goals come. So they need to get the supplies to him for him to be moving into spaces, creating the opportunities, creating panic in the defense for Chelsea. Force him. Look, Mohamed Seydou is on yellow card. You need to make sure that you commit him again for another foul, and that will be a red card.
As experienced as you are, you've seen this kind of script play out before. What do you think would happen in the second half?
Well, I think Kotoko will up their game. I think that Kotoko will score a goal in the second half.
Well, let's see. Uncle Jeff thinks that Kotoko will score a goal against Berekum Chelsea, but at the moment it is goalless and the players are coming back from the recess. So I'll hand you over back to our team of commentators. That is Kelvin Owusu-Ansah and of course Benjamin Willigram. And also we apologize for the sound challenges that we are having. Our technicians are working to ensure that they fix it for you to enjoy the game.
Another 45 minutes await us for this game at the Barbaira Stadium. Kotoko, Berekum Chelsea, as both sides remain unchanged from the first half. As they walk into the second half, a very much renewed side with the coaches looking to tactically make some switches. Kotoko looking for a win to push up on the Premier League table there with Mediema IC as well. Berekum Chelsea not sitting well. 17th or 18th in the Premier League log. Clearly tells you that they have a chance to probably make a move there.
The opening 45 lacked, that sort of energy you'd want to see in a Asante Kotoko Berekum Chelsea game, playing as if nothing is at stake. The intensity was low. Few decent goal-scoring opportunities from both. Hopefully, the tempo will be up the second half. We could see a lot more scoring opportunities in this game.
Joe finds space there. Kotoko. Amido Aqua goes to ground. And again, was just waiting for that little touch there from the goalkeeper. Well, Asedu and the players are looking to see what exactly they'll be bringing on the table.
That was quite an impressive 10 there. Quick pass from Adabo, find Jewu. And a touch from Seth Kwadjo. It was too heavy. And Eric for entry in his goalkeeper's area will always come out to claim that with his huge frame. But that was impressive from Kotoko's team.
Well, they started the first half with that intensity, but we're not able to sustain that, and so they're going to start the second half similarly. And again, expectation is that the team would be able to up the tempo in the second half and seeing the balls well reconstructed architecturally, and then seeing it materialize into something beautiful. And again, you expect to see Asante Kotoko claiming some bit of victory and making the fans feel they are a touch away from winning the Premier League this season, with Mediema IC really on the ascendancy, and again trying to ensure that nobody will be able to catch them.
It's been impressive, catch me if you can, from the yellow moves. They've been intelligent. Every now and then they've dropped a number of points at home, but when it matters most, they make sure they manage to pick up the points. Enough quality within their team And it's clearly showing from the number of games that they're playing. Great command on top of the Ghana League.
A double here. Kotoko now beginning to switch play down the left hand side and having to pick up Midu Akwa. He has Marvin Owusu to contend with. Still the Porcupine Warriors having possession. The president, Berekum Chelsea, had only 2 points away after 9 away games this season, losing 7 with 2 draw. And again, there's going to be a handball scenario there for Asante Kotoko as they try to walk into this game. 2 away points all came in 1. All drawn games there. And so that is the moment there where Chelsea, well, the referee actually came into contact with the ball there. So jump ball scenario there for Asante Kotoko. Asiru having to recycle that there for the Porcupine Warriors, and Amzata also being called into action.
I think that Chelsea are sitting back. They are not willing to open up and allow Kotoko to exploit the spaces in between the central midfield and their defense. Just keeping it watertight and is forcing Kotoko to go wide where they haven't been effective today.
We're expecting to see a lot of runs there by the players on the bench of Chelsea. Just a little bit worried in terms of how they want to move up on the Premier League table. The fans of Chelsea expect some context here at the Babayara Stadium. And that's been the story between the two sides anytime they meet up. And
the squad been shocking, especially when you have Samuel Bodo as the coach.
Yeah.
You know, his performance as Mediama was quite enviable at Hartlepool. He won trophies. He dominated the Ghana League.
We talk about quality in the two teams as compared to the other Berekum Chelsea. Same cannot be said. Two players going on a head collision there, and so there's Captain Prince Anani and Kotoko also having the player down and have to be attended to by the medics. And Berekum Chelsea would feel shouldn't be a very bad injury there, and there you have Kotoko's Lord Amwa also down there.
Oh, quite unfortunate tussling there between Lord Amwa, who was first to the ball. Well, thankfully the medics hopefully exited the injury. I can see the sign on Abdul Karim Zito's face. He's worried. Samuel Bodo will be glad to take away the point on his return to Berekum. The Kotoko chasing the league title cannot drop any more points. Mediama continue to win their games. Kantie, IMC, chair and the sporting head. The Safo Jemfi will be quite disturbed. Likewise, the rest of the fans.
They see Kotoko and have officials looking to change things. And sometimes when you do have the max men at the stadium watching this game, the expectation is that they come in with something spectacular there. Well, the league match between Dreams FC and Hearts of Lions has been interrupted by heavy downpour at the Tuba Stadium, with Dreams leading 2-0. But here's sunshine on the green turf here at the Babayara Stadium. Kotoko now beginning to find some bit of openings there. Lord the double. You have the Samba O'Neill.
They're quite interesting to see in the last 2 days. The southern part of the country has seen some showers. Knowing that turf in Tuba, you cannot contain the soaked pitch.
We'll talk about changing some venues in the league there, but some of the clubs want to maintain that. And Amidu Wakwa, again, hasn't really gotten himself back into the party yet.
So by elaboration, given Berekum Chelsea the opportunity.
Back to the game here. Good turn here from Dominic Frimpong. And again, nobody hitting the pass, looking for the run of Faiza Shaibu.
There have been so many giveaways, so many giveaways from both teams. The Christmas is over, but the players are now turning into Santa Claus. It's quite surprising.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, both teams haven't really got themselves back into the party yet. Inusa. Again, switch and play that Amidu Akwa. Again, tells you that the two players on the wings for Asante Kotoko have had some difficult moment, cutting, dipping back into the midfield area and seeing how best they can get the balls into the dangerous areas for the attackers. Good play now, so Lord. A double here.
I think it's quite a masterstroke from Samuel Bodo, knowing Kotoko's greatest strength comes from the flanks. He's virtually limited.
Well, there you have the Asante Kotoko with the corner kick here. Amidu Akwa, good play now. Again, Kumasi Asante Kotoko having difficulties like locating the goalpost.
I think it's quite interesting to see where the goals are going to come from. All season, Kotoko's greatest strength have come from the flanks. Samuel Bodo, knowing that, has just clamped the wings of Pitamidu and Inusa. And the Porcupines are struggling to go central. Hubert Joe and Seth Kwejo haven't been as enterprising as you want. And for the few times they've tried, Edwin Kofoa-Samoa has done justice to the deliveries that Morifin Donzo is fed with.
Again, you have Pitamidu Akwa. The Chelsea players are advertising for a handball there. Another ball here. And Inusa looking to pick this ball here. It's been pushed back. Another opportunity for Kotoko to advertise a long ball there. This time, this balls can't beat Oforienchi. It's a difficult moment there. And again, there's a Porcupine Warriors who are having difficulties trying to find a net there, and Oforienchi to the rescue.
Another effort on target, but so feeble. You don't expect to beat Eric Oforienchi with such feeble efforts and lacked any power to test him. And he will gladly welcome these for the rest of the game if that's all Kotoko have in their bag.
Another attacking play there for Peter Amidu Akwa, just getting into very dangerous areas there, waiting for Morifin Donzo. And it's going to be another attacking play, another corner kick. And whereas goal kick, I should say. And Japon and Mohamed Saidu, all of them coming to the support.
Well, good race there from Destiny Japan, making sure Peter did not have the comfort after that brilliant first touch. And Saidu, the right place at the right time to prevent him from having that cut back into the goalkeeper's area. And Morifin Donzo was lacking and waiting for a pass.
Samba O'Neill thinks one up front, looking for Inusa say. And again, it's going to be Asante Kotoko, and the coach really not happy at all. Karim Zito not seeing his midfielders playing a part in the game there. Lord Amwa, Adam Inusa, Samba O'Neill. Again, Kotoko just forming some bit of rings just right in front of the 18-yard box of Berekum Chelsea. Lord Amwa once again. Good turn here from Asiedu. Another wasted effort there from Asiedu.
Well, combination from the two fullbacks. Sid was aiming for the near post. Quick turn. Not a familiar position you expect to see him. But it was always pulling wide. It's quite surprising how Kotoko haven't been creative enough. The central midfield, but they have some very good players on the bench. Isaka Dauda, Emmanuel Enchi, to come help and create a lot more for the attack.
Amwa. Inviting Kamara. Here comes up Hilaria Double. Ibeju. Miduakwa. Cutting in, trying to dig one in again. And it has to be dealt by the Chelsea side. And so it's still Kotoko.
The shooting from Peter Amido has been terrible. He's virtually lacked any pace and power. That's clearly another wasteful effort coming in from Lord Amwa. Not an attribute you can associate him with. He's clearly been the best technician of the ball in Kotoko's team. But that was quite poor.
Well, 2 away points all came in one all draw games against Karela United and Young Apostles. Berekum Chelsea's away points. The 2 wins. Hawa United 11 Wonders and lost 3 against Mediama SC Dreams and Bechem United. The last 5 Premier League matches. They've scored 5 goals in the last 5 games and conceding 7 goals as well. Their last win here at the Babayaro Stadium was back in 2022. As Chelsea begin to find some space up front and looking to move around the Asante Kotoko defensive line, and now they concede a free kick. Much of a concern there, Berekum Chelsea. And that's around there from Faisal Shaibu. He joined from Pack Academy last season. And one of the top scorers of Berekum Chelsea, together with the captain Prince Anani, who are on 3 goals each. He's down there with a bit of a hamstring injury there. Trying to have some bit of words there with his players there, MZ2.
I'm sure he's relaying the information to you, Bejo. Little is being seen of him in central attacking positions. It's virtually been a holiday for Tenedu. And Augustin Henner having the liberty not to be forced to make errors. I think that was quite a clumsy tackle from Hilaria Dabo, lucky to have escaped. A yellow card from Oliver Moore. You see a lot of lessons being picked up by Eric Oforienchi from Roberto Dabo.
Yeah, former Wild Stars goalkeeper. It was the goalkeeper when Wild Stars won the Premier League some seasons ago, until the team was moved all the way from Wild to Accra to Legon and changed the name to Legon Cities.
Well, Dabo has also had that experience with Ashanti Gold. The joint can fight at the point. He's one of the experienced shot stoppers from the league. It's quite sad that injuries forced him to bring down the curtain on his career.
Well, last 5 games there, Kotoko picked up 3 wins there. Berekum Chelsea just got the win and 1 draw between the 2 sides, and they don't have a free kick. It's been hit against the wall there and goes off. Came off the body of Samba O'Neill, and so it's going to be a corner kick advantage there, Berekum Chelsea. They're trying to get back into the game there, and so the Porcupine Warriors are being pushed back to Nedu with a strike here. Talking points about how he failed to glitter here at the Porcupine Warriors and had to move away from Kumasi to Berekum Chelsea. Another ball whipped into the near post and cleared by Morfin Donso. Had to move back into defensive duties. Donso now defending here. And Amwa and Kamara coming in to collect this one there for Kotoko. Taking signals, Kotoko might be having some double substitution. Kwame Poku giving an opportunity. Saka Dauda as well. It's been a while Saka Dauda played a part for Kotoko. Seth Kojo. I've seen Kotoko trying to come in here very strong, neat and tidy. There's another injury scenario there, just around the center circle here.
I think there was quite a late challenge there. Quite a late challenge coming in. Gaston Hene. Just quite direct stamp from Samuel Tinedu.
Again, maybe an early shot there, maybe a change in tactical plan with the exit of Adam Inusa and that of Chef Kojo by Coach Kaimzito, and again comfortably sitting in a very interesting place watching this game there, Kotoko fans. But the Kotoko Tertiary will continue to offer some bit of chorus there and encouraging the team to pick up a win here. Well, the introduction of Saka Dauda and that of Kwame Poku might be changing the complexion of the game there for Kotoko, if you like.
Well, they are both creators. Kwame Poku would allow Murphy Donzo to move a lot more. He can actually take on one or two players. The creativity would also come from Saka Dauda. It looks more like Kotoko switching into a 4-4-2 at the moment, leaving Saka and Pitamido on the flanks. A double, Hubert Jeu, left in central with Kwame Poku playing right behind Murphy Donzo in attack. He needs a lot of attackers. I think bringing Kwame Poku on is instinctive. Hopefully he offers him a lot more effort on target.
Samba O'Neill trying to stop that one there, and Chelsea may have a chance to get a goal there, but Kamara coming to the rescue, and Kotoko once again escaping that attacking onslaught there from Berekum Chelsea as they chose to turn defense into attack, and Kotoko nearly got themselves punished there by Berekum Chelsea attacking play.
That was quite an interesting play there. Samuel Tinedu started spraying the passes. That was miscalculation there from Samba O'Neill. Wanted to clear the ball acrobatically, but miscued.
I tell you what, and he's one of the players who hardly makes any mistakes at the back there. Samba O'Neill and still goalless here at the Bavaria Stadium. And you have Kotoko beginning to string some balls together. Chairs around the center circle and beginning to again find some bit of openings. And you have to see the likes of Saka Dauda playing a role there and trying to see if there will be a swing of play, and having the Hail Mary pass down to Peter Miduako hasn't really been direct this time. Another in-swing into the box and has been repelled. Again, Berekum Chelsea sometimes calming the ball down and not being under any pressure at all. Samba O'Neill once again coming to a win-back possession. Kotoko was the last team to lose their unbeaten status this season after 10 matches, with the loss on their 11th attempt. A 2-0 defeat to Baksekolu Stars on the 25th day of November 2025 at the Campak. There was a surprise defeat there to Asante Kotoko.
Tried to be solid, but quite unfortunate. It takes them inconsistent results actually not helping their season. Looks like Samuel Tinedu may have to walk off the pitch.
Players sometimes do go through some bit of hamstring problems there, and so have to get the medical team to come to their rescue. But again, it's been a very good performance for Berekum Chelsea in this particular game. They have had to hold their own. Well, last time they played at home, they won by 3-2, and that was a very scary scoreline, at least for Berekum Chelsea, because 11 Wonders actually came close at getting the win there against Chelsea, but everything changed.
Look at that pass there. Samba failed. It was quite a very decent pass there from Dominic Frimpong. And Marvin Osu could have done better. But it's always difficult to get the ball past such a huge frame. And Mohamed Kamara spread his body wide, and that effort was always going to come off his body. Credit to the goalkeeper for that save.
For Midyama, they home and dry with a 2-0 win against Young Apostles. So they sit on top of the Premier League table with 37 points. Gold Stars second with 32 points. Kotoko third with 31 points. Then Hartlepool sitting fourth with also 31 points. So the point gap here is very, very close. And 29 points there for Indiana Stars, who were title contenders some point ago and having picked up some defeats on the road, and so they currently haven't really moved up pretty much well on the Premier League table. Indiana Stars. Saka Dauda. Switch play. Swinging one to the far side. Amidu Akwa just couldn't get the ball in play. Once again, Indiana Stars at home do 1-0 with Karela. Game still ongoing in the additional time, and Samatex at home also drawing goalless with Vision. And also have Nations FC, who are leading Sweju All Blacks away from home by a goal to nil. Dreams leading Hearts of Lions by 3 goals to nil. And game has restarted. And a bit of a surprise story there for Nations, leading away from home against All Blacks, who picked up the win against Kotoko. Yet again is Marvin Owusu looking to advertise and ball into the box there, and Asante Kotoko would have Hamzata dropping the ball down for goalkeeper Kamara to deal with it. Meantime, Asiru has been on the turf there looking for some attention. Kotoko playing with 10 men. Asiru is probably up on his feet there. It's going to be a foul here for the Porcupine Warriors as we approach 20 more minutes to go plus stoppage time.
Can see Mboli Fumo not happy with an incident.
Samuel Boadu has been shown a yellow card there, and his remonstration clearly telling you that he's not a happy man at all. Well, again, you can see it's going to be a red card, and Samuel Boadu has been sent off. The coach of Berekum Chelsea has been given the marching orders. He's clearly not a happy man, arguing with the referee over some decisions there. Initially it was a yellow card, and now referee Maxwell George Vomaha has shown him the yellow card. Samuel Boadu is going to be on the stands, or perhaps in the stands there watching the game and giving instructions there. But the team is still drawing goalless with Kotoko after 70 minutes of play.
It's quite disappointing to see that he was warned for the first half by the centre referee. I think it comes from this incident. Tono Frimpong badging into his man, Hilaria Dabo. It's quite unclear with Boadu's remonstration.
Well, Patrick Asiru is out of Prince Beidou. After picking up that injury, he walked off on the pitch there, and so that's the substitution, the confirmation of Kotoko having to introduce Prince Beidou.
It looks more like Kotoko are going with a back three at the moment. Patrick Asiru, left back, going up for a central defensive midfielder, Prince Beidou, who joined Kotoko just 2 weeks ago. Impressive during their MTN FA Cup win over Ken Faisal. Suspected to add some more bite into the midfield, playing from the left back. So more like an inverted left back for Kotoko for the remainder of the game.
Abedu. Prince Anani here for Berekum Chelsea. Samba O'Neill. Was looking to switch the ball down to the path of Amidu Akwe again. Kotoko struggling to get a clean target out front. So the assistant coach for Berekum Chelsea, Umar Nkrumah, would have to be doing the job there. Marvin Owusu here for Berekum Chelsea, looking to move forward here. And Augustine Japan dropping the ball back with the left. He drives one and it's been collected there by Kamara.
That's quite a decent head there from Augustine. Was looking at curling that effort into the bottom left corner of the goalpost. Kamara was well positioned and picked it up. It's a good try. A swift turn from him.
Again, Kotoko trying to keep it neat and simple. Here comes Sakadauda. Switching play, very poorly taken, and has been repelled. Once again, it's going to be Sakadauda looking to advertise another ball into the box. He cut back beautifully here. And Kotoko again, another ball into the box, and it's been brought down by Amidou Akwa. Iwejeu picks up Amidou Akwa again, and he's trying to cut in again. Amidou Akwa, and he going to corner kick.
Quite impressive in the last 30 seconds for Kotoko. The guest in Japan knows the support of Marvin Owusu, that would have been difficult.
Amidou Akwa. Samba O'Neill. And again, ball repelled beautifully there by Adrian Kufuor-Samoa.
It's quite interesting why Kotoko continue to whip the ball in. But they've been so unsuccessful every time. Edwin Kufuor-Samoa stepping in to make the clearance. They'd have to change the style, go a bit more central instead of going wide, trying to whip in the crosses. That game plan hasn't worked for them.
Again, it's been a difficult time there for the Pokemon Warriors. Trying to make sure they have some bit of wins there, but corner kick taken to the pose, and it's been repelled once again. Ball sent into the path of Lord Amwa. Looking to cross one into the box. Prince Bedu. You know, the balls into the box has really worked out for Asante Kotoko.
This organization seems to be a bit problematic. They've been scattered all around.
Now they have a chance to kill this one into the 18 arms of goalkeeper for re-entry. It's been agile here. He's been very, very solid at the back for Berekum Chelsea.
The idea and intent was very clear, but the execution going straight down the middle. So for re-entry was well positioned. You could see the smile on his face.
Again, getting applauded there from teammates. Tinedu.
He's just left the Porcupines after an unimpressive season with them. So this is his first game with Chelsea, and he's actually having a very good game.
Again, just couldn't get sort of play that he was expecting. Siru. Prince Anani here. Here comes Abedu. The last time Kotoko lost at home. Well, again, a very interesting play last season at 10 matches. And now Abedu here. Again, Berekum Chelsea also want to make some bit of a tactical play there. And Samabudu already been sent off on a red card. Picking signals again from the tactical area of Berekum Chelsea. They might be introducing Emmanuel Kwache and that of Vincent Ejay. And trying to withdraw the likes of Faisal Shebu and that of Marvin Owusu. In time, Kotoko giving possession away, and just talking about the substitution, and Samba O'Neill again to the rescue. Marvin Owusu trying to get some of the support there. Does have one. And Augustine Japan advertising the ball into the box, and again Samba there for Kotoko. Well, the Porcupine Warriors struggling to find space, and here they go again. Sakadauda, Murphy Dontu on the charge here on the right hand side is Sakadauda again, and this time is Murphy Dontu. Kwampoku was the opportunity Oh, tell you what, he just got into a very good place and just didn't get the target right. Quality and a splendid play there, Kotoko. And look at the pass again. He's just trying to ding the ball over goalkeeper. Very good for entry, but just couldn't get it right.
That was a brilliant sequence of play there from Kotoko. Saka Dauda picking up Kwame Poku on the blind side of Kufwa Samoa. But for entry came out very early, forcing Poku to hit the ball over the crossbar. Went in with the intention of a dink. With a huge frame of entry, couldn't allow the ball to drop as early enough. I think that's impressive, and those are the lines you would want to see from Kotoko. Going more central, forcing the Berekum Chelsea defense to make mistakes.
Vincent Klute, a substitution there for Berekum Chelsea, and a confirmation. So they have withdrawn Faisal Shaibu and Marvin Owusu for Emmanuel Kwachi and Vincent Ajay. Kotoko have won the last 4 games against Berekum Chelsea here in Kumasi. The last 2 goals against Berekum Chelsea were all scored by Albert Amwa, who's no more with Asante Kotoko. Tell you what, ever since his exit for Kotoko, Albert Amwa has pretty much been missed by the Asante Kotoko faithfuls. He's one player who can guarantee you a goal in every game sometimes.
He became the most trusted source of goals with the injuries to Kwame Poku. Marifin Donzo struggling to find his feet. And Johnson Opono also, who picked up, that bizarre knock that took him weeks for returning. It's quite been the problem of Kotoko when it comes to goal scoring.
And a return to the field by Kwampoku. And Kotoko just looking forward to see exactly what happens. It's the last 10 minutes plus stoppage time here at the Babara Stadium, and still goalless between Kotoko and Chelsea. Again, was just waiting for the push there by Emmanuel Kwachi, and cleverly he wins a free kick. Hamzata. Saka Dauda. Searching play finds Lord Amwa. Charging here on the right. Lord Amwa with a cross into the box, and again Kotoko not able to connect beautifully. But the goalkeeper will have possession right in front of Berekum Chelsea's 18-yard box, and again the attacking play would have to stop here. Prince Bailey with the final touch and a strike here for Kotoko.
It's quite a decent move there. Lord Amwa with that delivery. Ask yourself, who was going to connect with the Prince Bedu? Kwame Poku a bit late then, and very good clearance from Guestin in Japan, but that drive from Hibejo watered down by Mohamed Saidu with a block.
Again, it's Asante Kotoko's frustration here, the inability to find a very clear openings to slot in the goals. It's been making things difficult for them. A double. Lord Amwa. Saka Dauda. Again, not the best of play there from Kotoko. Almost doing everything right, but as a final delivery, it does let them down.
Then a lot more of the balls. Hilary Adabo trying to have that vision of making that pass to find Kwame Poku and Marifin Donzo inside the penalty area. But that was clearly overhead. So intended targets were missing from their positions.
Kotoko thinking of making a double substitution. Again, it's another confirmation. He'll probably be coming there from the Tenko team. Now they try to move forward here. Asante Kotoko. Again, it was everything right, and once again, Berekum Chelsea to stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, eager for a goal, trying to push, resulting in them making a number of mistakes.
Here comes opportunity. Amiduako cutting in again as a corner kick. Just the last person to tapping for the goal there has been the bane of Kotoko. They've been brilliant in terms of the attacking play, but haven't really been able to get that final opening, the final touch, that brilliant touch on the ball, and might be giving them the goal.
You can also talk about the quality of service. It hasn't been desirable from the flanks.
Another corner kick to the far post there. Goalkeeper is always going to take this one. It's just a training grounds routine corner kick taken there by Kotoko. They haven't really been able to hit the set piece at the right spot.
Well, goalkeeper with very sharp reflexes for the experience as of entry. Shouldn't be fed with these kind of balls. It's quite surprising that corner kick came from Lord Amoa.
Neil, double beating. Gaston Japan with the ball here. Again, Kotoko giving the ball away. And now it's going to be Abedu. And again, have Kwachi here for Chelsea. Abedu. Tinedu. It's going to be the turn of Chelsea now to find space and trying to head this one. Good play now from Berekum Chelsea, and it's going to come off the body of Abedu. And Prince Bedu coming in, throwing most of his body into the ground there to salvage the situation.
And that was quite a very good run there coming from Emmanuel Kwache. He was waiting to pull the trigger.
Well, again, Kotoko just having to make a change, and so it's going to be the introduction of Emmanuel entry. It's coming in for Hubert Jehu. And then Johnson Opongo Wusu. They're given a chance to come in here.
Looks more like Zito wants to go central. Johnson Opongo Wusu is a striker now. 3 strikers on the pitch for Kotoko. All the attacking players. Emmanuel Enchi, more of a creative spark, has the ability to hit the ball from range.
Entry just coming back after tying the knot some weeks ago.
That's quite another late challenge coming in there from Hilaria Dabo and Samuel Tinedu. Miscommunication between 2 players. It's quite a slide there from Tinedu. Thankfully, the 2 players are up to continue with the game.
An opportunity now for Hamzata to move in here. And trying to get themselves into a very good place here. Asante Kotoko. Amwa. Johnson. Johnson did score for Kotoko at the Accra Stadium when they played against 11 Wonders. Opportunity now for the Porcupine Warriors, sometimes not coming in, taken fast. And able to win back possession beautifully. And Lord Amwa trying to cut in here on the right hand side, unable to pick up the ball here, and Johnson conceding the throw in while they've been dominant. But again, they haven't been able to be effective up front. Kotoko 65% ball possession, 36 here for Berekum Chelsea.
Lots of passive play. They've just been Passing the ball around. No threat whatsoever.
A bit with a yellow card here.
Guys, I decided to delay.
The ball away and having Gaston in Japan picking it up for Berekum Chelsea with just 2 minutes and added time to go here at the Berekum at Babayara Stadium. Still not the performance Kotoko expect. They want to drop in some point there. They have lost the match 17 to All Blacks, and 18 was supposed to be a match where the fans were looking for a win. But it appears the Porcupine Warriors haven't been able to come cool in this game, and Benjamin Abedu's yellow card confirmation.
I think it was for delaying just before the throw-in. So the game has been very much low on intensity. The tempo hasn't really been impressive, and it's so unlike a Kotoko Berekum Chelsea game for a team that has been very weak defensively. It's quite surprising the Porcupines, who have been the highest scoring side in the league, haven't been able to threaten their goal area enough in the search for a goal and the ultimate match winner.
Again, just seeing how the two teams are coming in again, but moving it down into a different post path here, right in front of Kotoko's penalty area. And here comes Abedu. And Chelsea beginning to see plenty of the ball here. And just to get the goalkeeper involved in the action for re-entry. Kufuor Samoa. And again, trying to always get the centre back involved in the action. Zamzata just giving the ball away, and Berekum Chelsea and now playing a very comfortable football. Tinedu. We're into the last 5 minutes of added time and summation of the play here by both teams.
Looks like Berekum Chelsea will be very much happy with a point going back to Berekum.
Well, 5 minutes of added time.
And I think it's been fair. Not so many stoppages.
Again, Berekum Chelsea having a bit of an entertainment here. Hamzata struggling to stop off from Pong, but able to win the ball here. And again, Kotoko really struggling at the moment.
Yeah, he got to get the ball quickly into the final third. Emmanuel Entry there. Very well known for his distribution, but that time, that hit was just too heavy for Saka Dauda to latch onto. Chelsea can waste more time. An opportunity for them to just while away a number of seconds.
Well, Johnson here. Again, Kotoko really having difficult time dealing with his ball here.
I think credit to Berekum Chelsea for a well-executed plan. Samuel Tenedu is virtually been unplayable in that midfield. He's taking control, winning possession, trying to be the switch for Chelsea, and has worked perfectly for them so far.
I'm going to go with a long drive here, Berekum Chelsea.
I say that was the intent there, but not really favourable hit from Vincent Edueje.
Still at a time here at the Barbara Stadium. Johnson finds space, and now Kotoko would want to still charge forward to advertise some beautiful balls into the box there. Sakadauda. It's going to be a corner kick. And Augustine Japan, not a happy man at all.
Well, he felt Sakadauda had the final touch. The referee believed final touch came from Vincent Edweje, rightly so. Good call from the match official.
Johnson. Kenny. Oh, the fans really not happy at all.
Manuel Entry known for better heads. It was quite unfortunate there. Looks to the ground, seemed to have plucked up some grass in an attempt to get that effort on target. That was quite poor from him, and you could see just had to hit the ground.
Kotoko would have the captain playing a very quality game here. Being picked up as the man of the match, Samba O'Neill. I'll tell you what, an interesting story about Asante Kotoko's Hubert Jehu, Prince Anani and Edwin Kufuor. Asamoah, all of them grew up in the same coach club, Ja Warriors in Berekum, and they are very good friends as well. And again, the offside flag already gone up.
Kwampoko was late there. It was an awkward touch. I was expecting him to get into that, and you can see complaining that the ball ricocheted off a Berekum Chelsea player. I think his movement, even for the initial pass, he had already taken the lead.
And so we are into the last seconds of the game here this afternoon. And there you see Kotoko having Sakadauda on the flanks, looking to charge it and finding space. And Johnson giving it time to shoot. Here goes to ground, and fans are calling for penalty, but referee Vomaha will have none of that as Kotoko struggle to find a way here. Samba O'Neill. The tails at a Morona attack from Berekum Chelsea, and so the story remain. Asante Kotoko at home in a stalemate with Berekum Chelsea, and that will be a very good point there for Berekum Chelsea, and for them, they won match week 17 with a 3-2 win against 11 Wonders. Asante Kotoko lost to Sreju All Blacks, and so the expectation was for them to pick a win here against Berekum Chelsea, and the story is Berekum Chelsea held their own, fought very brilliantly and gallantly to draw this game against Asante Kotoko.
That was quite an excellent game planned there from Samuel Boadu and his Chargers. They knew the strength of Asante Kotoko limited them. Made sure it was going to be difficult for them to plan through with their intent of going down the flanks. And once they curtailed Kotoko's threat from that point, it became difficult for them.
Well, the story remained Kotoko drawing at home, but man of the match is Samba O'Neill. He's been a very disciplined, a very decisive, a very combative, and a very well-organized centre-back for Asante Kotoko. And this afternoon he's been crowned as the player who stood tall amongst all the other players on the pitch, and so win the man of the match award there. And Johnson really coming on the second half, particularly happy person. But Tinedu, who left Kotoko for Berekum Chelsea, can afford a big of a smile there. And so the final statistics of the game here can clearly tell you how many shots they had in the game there, and shot at goal in terms of performance, and a red card had to be given to the coach, Berekum Chelsea's coach there, and yellow cards really were flying high in this game there. But I tell you what, it has been a very, very difficult game for Asante Kotoko at home there. But interestingly, both teams will be working on and hoping. Asante Kotoko sitting on the third position on the Premier League table, and Berekum Chelsea hoping to move up on the 17th place on the Premier League log there. So it finished here in Kumasi. Asante Kotoko nil, Berekum Chelsea nil.
So it's all over here at the Barbera Sports Stadium. Match day 18 Asante Kotoko have drawn goalless with Berekum Chelsea. The sports have been shared here between these two, and each team is going home with 1 point apiece. My name is Mutala Yakubu. This is TV3 and Onyati. I've been joined by the assistant coach of Berekum Chelsea, Emmanuel Nkrumah. Coach, first of all, you've gained a valuable point against Kotoko. How would you assess the overall performance of your team today?
Yes, my team did well tactically. Yes, this is what we told them to do. We came here to win, but we have gotten the draw. Yeah, that's good for us. Yes.
How much of a boost is to get a point at the start of the second round against Asante Kotoko?
Yes, when we were about to start our second round, we said we mess up in the first round. So this second round, we said, no, we are not going to mess up. We are going to do all things right to gain points, so that, because it's points building game, so we have to build more points so that we can come to the top.
With what you've seen today, are you confident that this team would fight to stay up?
Sure. We have 2 home matches, so we have to go in there and then win all those 2 matches, and then we climb.
Well, thanks very much. Coach Emmanuel Nkrumah is the assistant coach of Berekum Chelsea, now being joined by the head coach of Asante Kotoko. Coach, 0-0 ended 1 point apiece. Which aspects of your game was really lacking today?
Today, I think the finishing. We were holding the ball all right, but progressing to finish at goal was our problem. And then we were also attacking on the wing. You understand me? But still, the pull-out wasn't targeted.
At a point, you switched up formation. I saw you go with the 2 top.
Yeah.
Morfin Donzo, partnering Kwame Poku. What informed that?
Well, because we needed a goal. We don't need draw here. Seriously. If we want to win the league, we shouldn't be playing draw at home. It's a fact. So definitely I have to change so that I get to this thing. But still, it will go away.
Does this derail the plan of wanting to win the league, or nothing has changed?
No. Unless nothing. Yes, we should have won here to better our chances. But it is not yet done. Because this is the first game. We went there, we beat them. So they are also this thing. That is my biggest problem now.
60 more games to go. Which phases of your team needs to improve?
The attacking. The attacking has to be improved, because I think Zonzo is getting tired. Zonzo is getting tired, and Poku too. I'm managing him gradually. So I think we have to be very quick in beefing up that position.
Of course, now the fans are agitated. These fans have been here supporting you all through. What message do you have for them?
Well, it's not my wish to play draw. Everybody wants to win. So they have the right to say whatever they want to say. This is football for you.
Coach, we wish you the very best in the next 16 weeks. Coach Karim Zito, the head coach of Asante Kotoko, now the most valuable player in today's game. The last time I was here, he was actually a translator for Morfin Donzo. Today he's not a translator. He is the man of the match. Samba, I mean, you've won man of the match, but were you satisfied with the performance of the entire team?
No, as we all know, Ghana Premier League, if you want to win the Ghana Premier League, you need to win most of your home matches. So today, we wanted to win at all costs, but it didn't happen.
Which aspect of the game was lacking? Is it the defense, the attack, or the midfield?
I think today, we're struggling. I think it was the attacking. So I think we work hard the following game, so everything will be happy.
Of course, now the fans here are not happy with this result. What do you have to tell them? This is just the first match in the second round.
Yeah, I know they are not happy about the results of today. So I just have to apologize to them. They should forgive us for today's matches. I know it's not easy, but they should forgive us and continue to support us for the...
Well, Samba, thanks very much. He is asking for forgiveness. He is the most valuable player in today's game. Samba O'Neill played his heart out for Asante Kotoko. They have drawn goalless here with Berekum Chelsea at the Barbera Sports Stadium. It's match day 18. The fans are not happy. Big one. But Jeffrey Asare is back here. For us, we are the neutrals. We are only doing our job. And surprisingly, with the avalanche of chances we had in this one, to me, I was shocked he ended goalless, Jeffrey.
Well, it's the major problem, in our league when it comes to conversion, exhibited itself here. Look, for me, the biggest chance was Tinedu to Dominic Frimpong and then Marvin Owusu. That was the biggest chance in the whole game. That was the biggest chance. You know, in the first half, Dominic had the opportunity, but this was the biggest chance because he should have just buried that ball. But goalkeeper Kamara was able to make a save. And
you're talking about this opportunity. You speak very highly of Dalvin. I'm surprised he missed this chance.
Yes, I was expecting this. You just buried this. Dominic had an opportunity, laid a pass from Tinedu, did a great job. Look, all you need to do, finish this. Where you are is difficult. You don't have these chances as many times in the course of the game. So make it count where it matters most. But unfortunately, he messed it up. And this is a team that really do not have much confidence. So the players really, when it comes to women like this, they are struggling they don't even believe that they'll be able to even get such opportunity to convert. That was a big problem.
Kwame Poku coming close there, but Karim Zito just spoke with us. He feels that they lack a lot of cutting edge up front. At a point, he switched formation and he became two top with Mofrin Dozo and Kwame Poku. They were still not penetrating.
Well, he himself as a coach, you know that Kotoko, when they play two top, when they don't have good wingers, they struggle to function because the supply must be coming from the flanks. When you play two top, who are the ones supposed to supply? Throughout the 90 minutes, there's only two occasional Lorama send reasonably fine, precise passes too.
Okay.
Apart from that, but he's a fullback. He's supposed to be doing that, probing that. The left back, Asiedu, also failed to send precise passes there. Now, Augustine Japan did well by making sure that with his space and cover, he was closing up Peter Midwakwa. One of the games that Peter Midwakwa failed to do very well was today's game because Japan did a great job. And even Japan set forward on two occasions and tested goalkeeper Kamara. And he came up. Look, the second one was a wonderful volley from him, and Kamara was able to save it. So, for me, Chelsea have done a great job. Look, Tinedu in today's game was brilliant in the midfield.
Now, I heard a lot of the Kotoko fans saying that he never played like this for us when he was here. What could be the motivation?
Well, he has his own issues with the various coaches. He came under Ogum and then also Zito. He has his own issues. And sometimes it is difficult to explain the reason why he couldn't, because he came highly rated from Lagos City to Asante Kotoko, and a lot of money was spent on him. But sometimes that's football. From small club to big club, it's not everybody that is able to adapt and gel and become a top player. Some players struggle. It happens everywhere in the world with top clubs. So let me say his situation was just like that. But there are players who are fit at playing mid-table teams. They are very good at that. So maybe his situation is one of those.
It looks like anyone with the name Kufuor who plays football is a very good and quality player. Because prior to the game, you told me to watch out for that young chap at the back.
Yeah.
Kufuor Samoa. He was extraordinary for them today.
Brilliant.
Unplayable.
Brilliant. Very calm, intelligent, nowhere to cover, nowhere to send in tackles. His body positioning was great. His organization, his leadership in his position was brilliant. Likewise, Seydou Mohamed, even though he had a yellow card early stage of the game, he was able to be calm and intelligent and making sure that the very sticky and needed situations where you need to put in foot, he was doing that. He was not careless to attract a second yellow card, and they were able to keep the shape of the defense very well. And Kotoko also failed to test goalkeeper Eriko French. The few occasions where he was called upon, his judgment was spot on.
Of course, but now Chelsea fans are asking, I was with them up there, why can't they play like this throughout the season? Because if they have played spirited like this in most of the games, they could have earned massive points.
Sometimes you can understand what goes into our players and how come they are inconsistent. So it is something that coaches must constantly be reminding of the importance and what the target is. That look, we need to constantly be making sure that we are getting the 3 points where it matters most, grinding result where it matters most. So you must constantly be reminding them and guiding them. That's the point. If you constantly do that, they will get the awareness to appreciate that, look, there is an objective ahead of us. We need to achieve it. We need to change it's an attitudinal thing. A lot of them, attitude is, well, they don't really appreciate what it means to be consistent for 3, 4, 5 games. They get swollen-headed in a game or two and they go back to sleep until they are reminded again. So constantly the coaches must be doing that. Our players learn to take responsibility and know that I'm a professional player. If we go on relegation, the value of even the player from a relegation team even drops. My own value will drop. But they need to appreciate that we need to perform very well for this team. That's why we are being paid every month.
It's just 1 point. 2 points drop, 1 point gain for Asante Kotoko. It's not all doom and gloom. What needs to change about this team going into next week's fixtures?
Well,
because they have a tough text against BBN Gold Stars.
The dance park.
The dance park, and it doesn't come in easy.
It's going to be some real double do that. It's going to be a difficult game for Kotoko. Look, dance park has 7 wins, 1 draw. The draw is against the league leaders, Medium. Even that draw, they had chances to win the game. I'm talking about Gold Star chance they failed to. So that is good. The attitude of the team. I told you from the beginning of the game that Kotoko was very sluggish, was very poor. The coordination of passes, inaccurate passes, the midfield Adabo was poor today, Hubejo was poor, Peter Miduakwa was poor. Now if Peter Miduakwa is poor, you know that Kotoko lack lightning and spark up front because he's the main guy when he's playing who create chances and openings for the team to score. When he's poor, there's trouble. So as a team, you don't over-rely on one player. The midfield also was poor. Passes were not going. The fullbacks were not supplying passes. The few ones that came, Dauda's Saka one was poor. Kwame Poku one was also poor. Ibejo himself had one. I mean, that one hit the cross, but it was unfortunate. So, all in all, it was a very poor performance from Asante Kotoko. But hey, give it to Berekum Chelsea. They came and did a great job to prevent Kotoko from scoring.
How much of a boost is this to Berekum Chelsea going into the other 16 matches? Because prior to this, they were in the relegation zone.
Yeah, it's a big boost for them. It's a very big boost for them. Picking a point is their third point away. The point against Kara, the point against a Young Apostles, and this one. That's the third point away. Going home, they need to make sure that they get the 3 points. So 19, they get the 3 points, 22. Gradually, they'll be getting out of relegation. Dreams is 20, he's won. So the teams ahead of you, Vision, is drawn. So the teams ahead of you are picking valuable points away. You also need to making sure that the points that matter, you pick them so that at least you have a respectable position to avoid the relegation zone.
Now, he got heated on the touchline. Samuel Boadu, the head coach of Berekum Chelsea, unfortunately was shown a red card and had to go into the dressing room. But they kept fighting. I mean, Samuel Boadu, sometimes he can be a bit temperamental when it comes to football. He's passionate about football.
Football is a passionate game, man. But you need to understand that you don't do that against referees. You're a coach. The law is the law. When you go against it, the referee has to do his job. But at the end of some of these things, it affects your team. Because if you have to sit there and direct, the things may be a bit different or better or improve. You understand me? So football is a passionate sport, an emotional sport. But sometimes he just needs to control his temperament to avoid such unfortunate development.
Of course. And there are other results in the Ghana Premier League as well. Adriana managed to win.
Yes.
And Midiama, you said they needed to crush Young Apostles if they want to send a statement. And indeed, they did that by winning against them.
If you really want to win the league, that is what you need to do. You crush Young Apostles. So 3.37 point. Midiama 37 point. They are showing that they want to make sure they win this league. So you must make critical points to take the points that matter to you. Now Adriana has also won Alex Bachi's penalty. Clearly. So they are telling you 32-point master. We are still here. We have not gone out anywhere at all. It was just a mix-up losing at home against Vision. That is a statement. That's a performance from Adriana. So the chase is on. I mean, it's 5 points. We are still in there. We are sticking in there. Kotoko has 31-31. It's very tight. If Midiama drop one game, then they will be in trouble. The rest will catch up. So if you look at the first 30, you look at Midiama to Bibiani Gold Stars to Adriana, Asante Kotoko is reasonably tight.
Now, talking about trouble, Heart of Lions are in trouble. Losing again, this time to Dreams FC.
Well, I mean, I have said it when Coach Bass said that these players were complacent. And I said, listen, you don't say this to the public. When they are complacent, it's an eternal matter. Deal with it. If your players who are achieved nothing are complacent, it means that you have players who are really not responsible to know why they are playing for a team that somebody is paying money for them every month.
Of course. Now let me run you through the result before we check out over here. Adriana beating Karela by 2-1. Bechem also defeating Bibiani Gold Stars by 1-0. And Dreams FC have beaten Heart of Lions by 3-0 with Midiama also defeating Young Apostles by 3-0. Samatex drew goalless with Vision, and Swedro All Blacks also drew 1-1 with Nations FC. And here Asante Kotoko dropped points, drawing goalless with Berekum Chelsea. This is where we call it a wrap with the Ghana Premier League. Match Day 18 has been interesting. We started on Friday where 11 Wonders won their second game of the season. Heart of Folk also went all the way to Hohoi to win against Hohoi United. And today Asante Kotoko have dropped points at home against Berekum Chelsea. My name is Mutala Yakubu. Thanks to Jeffrey Asare always being present to share his knowledge with us. Benjamin Willie Graham and Kelvin Owusu Asa were in commentary position. From us here, the APO crew at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, we say have a good evening and let's meet for Match Day 19.